The eyes of the cycling world are focused on Adelaide as the world's best kick off the 2011 season in Australia. And this year is all about speed. The world's premier sprinters on show, and they mean business. The main attraction, a showdown between the two-time champ...
Look at the speed of Greipel as he goes over them all.
...and the sports superstar.
The Manx missile is back!
It's Greipel versus Cavendish. Expect fireworks at the 2011 Santos Tour Down Under.
Well, he'll be looking after the chances of his sprinter. That's JJ Hayedo. In fact, the Hayedo brothers are both very, very rapid sprinters. Oh, JJ and, of course, his brother Sebastian, they hail from Argentina. And normally at this time of the year, they'd be racing in South America, but I think they're enjoying the climate of South Australia.
Well, I'll tell you, and the rumour is that Sebastian, the younger of the two, is quicker than JJ, and JJ has won some big bike races, believe me. So if the two of them can get together, who knows what's going to happen when we get to the finishing line. There's the Skoda car bringing them down the home straight as we're looking at the end of lap 26 here now. The speed is very, very quick at the front, and Team HTC doing a lot of work. And again, Danny Pate, anxious to impress his new team that he's here to help Mark Cavendish take the final honours.
Well, I wonder if he's come into this team now to try and replace the powerhouse Mick Rogers, who used to do that job last year for Team HTC. And that, I think, is a difficult man to replace, Mick Rogers. He knows exactly what he has to do, and he'll be looking after Greg Henderson this afternoon, and, of course, Chris Sutton. CJ, they call him. He's over on the left-hand side looking for the wheel of his train.
Yes, Mick Rogers now on Team Sky doing the skills for others, and Cavendish was pretty upset when Mick changed teams because he liked sharing rumours with him and he liked him very much. But anyway, the rivals now in the world of pro cycling as the race now continues, and I think this is the new colours of Team Quickstep is on the front now.
That's Quickstep, and they've got some very rapid riders on Quickstep too. They've got Francesco Kiki, one of the fastest men in the world, and he will be using Gerard Cholek, or will it be the other way around? We'll find out who's got the best legs of the sprinters. What is amazing, Phil, looking down the list of all of these teams of the sprinters, they've nearly all got two men on board, so they can use each other to try and catapult themselves to the victory.
Lap 27 of 30. The sprinters' teams are trying to find out where their sprinters are now and bring them towards the front. Amiga Farmo Lotto have got themselves under control. They're looking now for Andre Greipel, who's won 8 stages in history, and he's in fact has won this classic himself a couple of years ago.
A little bit of chaos now, Phil, as everybody tries to come to the front. They don't want to go straight up to the front. They're waiting for the last moment to make the real effort that's going to be the effort for the victory. Looking over their shoulders, that you're starting to feel crowded now as riders start to move up on your left-hand side and your right-hand side. But you need to keep, as a teammate working for a sprinter, the pace nice and high to make sure that your man, your sprinter, doesn't get boxed in.
Possibly claustrophobic in the centre of that big pack of riders right now. The boys at the back, they're not going to be too interested now what's happening at the front, but the sprinters' teams are going to try and manoeuvre people into the game here. BMC also in the new colours there, in the dead centre. They've got team sprinters as well. Sky are trying to break in. A lot of the colours are similar this year. There's, you know, a lot of teams seem to have gone for black tops to their jerseys, and Team Sky and the new Leopard Trek team, Cervelo, Garmin Cervelo. But look at this now. Graham Brown is lying in his team up, and that's also for Michael Matthews, the new under-23 world champion in his first race today as a Pro Tour cyclist.
Everyone is getting extremely nervous. You can see the teams, the jerseys matching up. 1, 2, 3, they're all riding together. They're all trying to make sure they're organised for the team chain, the line-up for the finishing sprint. But it's all a question of biding your time, making sure you're in the right place at the right time. If you go out too early, you burn yourself out, and you've not got any power left for the sprinter.
Adam Hansen looking right, looking left. The Queenslander, he's also left Mark Cavendish's side now to go alongside Andre Greipel. And so he's now looking to lead out a different winner today. And Michael Rogers is also up amongst the front runners as well. He'll be looking after Team Sky, possibly Chris Sutton or possibly Greg Henderson.
Well, big time, first time out for Omega Pharma Lotto to do this, to make this big lead out, and they've got to try and get it right. I'm sure they've practiced this in training because they realise how important important it was going to be to look after Andre Greipel. Big Aussie on the front, Adam Hansen, he's setting the pace making. Formerly a brilliant mountain bike rider, a great overall contender at some of the big stage races around the world. But for him this afternoon, he's riding for his former teammate of last year, Andre Greipel, who's right up there in the middle of the action.
Greipel has got himself nicely placed now. Chris Sutton in the black jersey, also well placed. Watch for the white and yellow jersey of Mark Cavendish as he will try to force in to the front. He's not there yet, Mark Cavendish. Just checking, but I'll tell you, Robbie McEwen is quite well placed. Francesco Chicchi, the Italian, is also well placed. As now it's Omega Pharma Lotto, who seem to be doing the job that HTC High Road have done in the past for Andre Greipel at this stage of the race. But now Greipel switched teams, and the Omega boys are fast learners by the look of it, because they've got 4 riders at the front. There's a surge coming through on the left. Sky are desperate to get in on the act here now with Greg Henderson and Chris Sutton as they also move on. I think it's Ben Swift on their squad, also trying to push his way up towards the front. Boy, it is really a nervous race right now because each team has a fast finisher. Now, we normally only see one big lead-out train, but today I think we're going to be treated to 2 or 3 lead-out trains. But for the moment, it's advantage Omega Pharma Lotto because they have got the grip of the peloton. And it's Adam Hansen who's gone through, Marcel Seberg, Jürgen Rollins. Those are the riders at the front. And we've mentioned Sebastian Haido, the Argentinian, the youngster on the squad. He's also gone through at the moment, but he's on Team BMC at the moment. Or Team Saxo Bank Sungal, I beg your pardon, Sebastian, but he's gone through at the moment. Now that's Team Sky trying to move up as well on the far outside. Michael Rogers, Greg Henderson is there. I've noted too that Baden Cook, the Victorian sprinter, the only other rider to have won the green jersey in the Tour de France other than Robbie McEwen. He's moved himself up there, from Australia that is. Good, solid riding by Adam Hansen, the former time trial champion of Australia. He's a Queenslander. As he now rides really hard at the front. He'll ride till the legs say enough is enough, and then that'll be job done. His teammates are willing to take over. As they come round lap 29 or 30, the bells will be ringing for them, and it's Astana now, the former team of Lance Armstrong when he first came to this event 3 tours ago, and he's moved on since then. They've got Alan Davis, the Commonwealth Games road race champion, on their squad. He's another Queenslander. It would be such a fitting result if a Queenslander, in the face of the tragedy that that territory is facing at the moment, if a Queenslander could take this out. Everybody's looking now nervously to see who is organising the chase. Geraint Thomas in second place there as he goes through. The champion of Great Britain on Team Sky. All looking to try and place Henderson and Sutton in the right quarter for the last dash for the line. There's the bell. As we go out onto the final lap, it is a mass attack here. The boys at the back are saying enough is enough. They're going to keep away from this sprint because everybody is so quick. The first rider around the corner there was Alberto Ongarato. He's on the Vacances Soleil team. There he goes, quickly taken up by Geraint Thomas, who's trying to lead out the boys from Team Sky desperately now, and they've got them in a very, very good position. The men in black are moving to the front. Matthew Heyman, the former Commonwealth Games champion, he's also an Aussie, has moved up there now. As Team Sky have got control, they've got Stein van der Berg, I've noticed from Katusa as well. So as they stretch this out now, Geraint Thomas, a youngster who's been a world champion from Great Britain. He's the British champion. He's not a sprinter though, but what a turn of speed he has got. And he's stopping HTC and Omega Pharma Lotto getting their sprinters to the fore just now. He's swung off. He's done his turn. As we go down the back of the circuit, Team Sky, who took this race out last year with Greg Henderson. Henderson has just finished. Oh, there's a crash on the bend. He's shot out of the corner, and it slowed a few riders. But all right, one rider has stopped, and one Team Sky rider has gone down. It was the second wheel off the bend there. That has left Matthew Heyman to make the run now. Sprinting is dangerous, we know that, and these sprinters want to be put in the right position. They cannot make their move until they're 200 metres from the line. These are the workhorses, the domestics of the team, who are really powering this race down. as they now line up for the finish. They launch for the line here. Is this going to be Henderson who's going to win it again here? This is not Henderson. This is a victory for Matthew Goss of Team HTC Columbia. Renshaw gets second, McEwen will be third, and Mark Cavendish did not contest that sprint, and neither did Andre Greipel in the end. Were they disturbed by that finish? But Matthew Goss, who is the Bucky's second favourite to win overall the Santos Tour Down Under, which starts on Tuesday, has won today's stage, and that is a great result for the Tassie boy, as he shakes hands there with the rider from Team Sky, and that was Ben Swift, who congratulated Matty Goss. Well, Team HTC, they've got plenty of men in the oven, haven't they? If they don't use Mark Cavendish, then they've got Matthew Goss. It's a 1-2 for the team. Renshaw, again the lead-out man, but it wasn't Cavendish who came off his wheel. It was Matthew Goss from Tasmania, the man on form, who can climb hills as well. He was the silver medalist in the recent Australian National Road Race Championship, and he got the upper hand today at the finish. So it'll be Matthew Goss gets first, Renshaw second, and Robbie McEwen, the grand old man of world cycling, in the red jersey there.
Let's just have a look at the top 10 in the Cancer Council Classic, and some wonderful names there. Alan Davis, Aberdeen, Rojas Swift, Sutton, CJ in the top 5, and Robbie McEwen also up there. But it was all HTC High Road. Matty Goss and Mark Renshaw, a 1-2 finish. No sign of Mark Cavendish, and some people might find that pretty surprising. I want to ask you, Alan,